just the subsets of real numbers. Again, real numbers are any number that can fall on a number line. And the subsets will start with the most restrictive one. Do you guys remember what those were? The restricted ones were natural numbers. Okay, natural numbers are designated with an N with kind of an extra bar across in that slash. And the natural numbers simply represent all the counting numbers and ordering numbers. Okay, so natural numbers are counting numbers, ordering numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. It starts at 1 and extends infinitely. Okay, as we broaden that and we get a little bit wider, we include the value of 0. So again, it's going to include all of this entire set of natural numbers with the addition of 0. Do you guys remember what those were called? Okay, so those are the whole numbers. Okay, so again, if you think of terms, kind of defining them in terms of other things, whole numbers are just the non-negative integers, okay, which is our next category. Okay, so integers are all of these natural numbers, all of the whole numbers. In addition, it is the opposites of each of those. Okay, so again, it includes all of these, the whole numbers, natural numbers, are all included within the integers. Okay, and integers are designated with a capital Z with kind of an extra bar across that slash as well. Right, now, if we want to include all of these together with all the next set of numbers that we have are rational numbers. And remember, the rational numbers are any numbers that can be expressed in the following form. Okay, it's the ratio of two integers, okay, P over Q. Okay, and of course, Q can't equal 0 because then you'd have an undefined value. Okay, but any number that can be expressed as a fraction with two integers is called a rational number. So these include fractions themselves. Okay, it includes all the integers, which include the whole numbers, which include the natural numbers. Okay, and it also includes terminating decimals. As well as the non-terminating but repeating decimals. Okay. All right, and we'll go through some examples of these here in just a little bit. And then finally, all those real numbers that don't fall into the category that can be expressed as a ratio of two integers are called irrational numbers. And these include the non-terminating and non-repeating decimals. Okay, so the ones that most likely or most commonly fall into this category are symbols like pi and e are irrational numbers. They're symbols to represent specific irrational numbers. And then radicals that don't simplify, either positive or negative, that don't simplify into one of the integer values. Right, so you guys have probably seen stuff or seen this kind of problem before. Remember, all of these are included in real numbers, so all of these fall into the category of real numbers. And then if anything falls outside of this category, I'll write it with a light color here, but imaginary numbers, like square roots of negatives, which also will sometimes be represented with an I. Those are imaginary numbers. And then also outside of the real number system would be any number where there's division by 0. Those are undefined values. And so those don't fall within that subset of real numbers.